Hello everyone on the internet! Avalonian Sky, or Sky for short, here to make a video for you all to enjoy. Or at least I hope so. Alright, so I will be needing to give some context so you guys can have a better understanding and idea about today's topic. Since I am commentating on a League of Legends YouTuber, and I do know that not a lot of people play League of Legends, or at least don't really know much of what's going on within the League of Legends community. So I'll just make this very brief. Back during Season 2 of League of Legends in 2012, Riot, the most loved or hated company there is, created a skin for the champion named Riven, and that skin being the Championship Riven skin, for the year 2012's Esports World Championships. Ever since then, the skin was only available for a limited time, and the only other way of getting it was by buying an account that already has the skin on some websites at absurd prices, which is against Riot's policies. It's not until Riot decided to bring back Championship Riven for this year's 2016 Esports World Championships, while also giving it a few tweaks and to go along with the new Championship Zed skin. Needless to say, the League community was split. On one hand, the people who were wanting Championship Riven to come back got their wish, but on the other hand, people were pretty pissed off at Riot for making this decision. Which, let's be honest, when are they not? And then that's where the YouTuber Necrit comes into play, who I'll be commentating. Necrit is a League of Legends YouTuber, and his channel is more centered around the lore aspects of League of Legends. He makes other videos here and there, but he's more known for his lore videos about League of Legends. I'm actually a fan of his work, as I do find some of his videos to be enjoyable and pretty insightful. However, this particular video of his, which I'll be commentating on, is not one of his best, and there's issues I do want to address in this commentary. Before anyone puts this out, I know the video was made by the end of August, and by the time of me typing the script, this year's World Championships and season are coming to a close. However, I still feel like there's enough important stuff to bring up in this video, and I had this planned since September, and I didn't want to go to waste. As always, keep in mind that this video is not meant to attack the user in question, regardless of how harsh and blunt it come off as. I am more so criticizing the video, not the person themselves, and this video is also meant for entertainment purposes, as I do disencourage any harassment towards the user, as I don't hold any ill feelings towards the subject in this video, especially this one. Anyways, I think I held you guys hostage long enough, so I'll get on with it and start the commentary.
Hello everyone and welcome! So the day has come, and Riot managed to break my trust in them into little pieces. For those of you that may have missed the great news about Championship Riven, Riot is going to re-release this skin this year together with the brand new Championship Zed. To give you the idea of what this skin is all about, Championship Riven was released during the Season 2 World Championship. She was given away for free to those who attended that event, which was about 8,000 people, and then she was being sold for everyone else for only 2 days. Now, there are some serious problems that only the original owners may see. I understand that those who weren't able to get that skin are happy that Riot is bringing her back.
Yeah, I wanted you guys to keep that phrase in mind because that will be important later on in the video.
Because there really are good reasons to be angry. So let's look at what happened. Because this year Riot will release the last member of the championship team, they thought it would be a good idea not only to give Riven a nice texture work, but also to release her again for no reason.
For no reason, you said? Yeah, I mean, it's not like they did the same thing in the past with Championship Thresh for Season 5... Oh wait, that's exactly what happened. Not to mention that yet again you contradicted yourself, but you also managed to shoot yourself in the foot. I'll be coming back to this point later on because, well, later in the video this will come back to bite him in the ass. So just a spoiler warning.
But hold on, Riot knew the original owners would not be happy about it, so they thought of a compensation. So let's look at what Riot's master plan to make everyone happy was. If you are an original owner of Championship Riven, we are adding in some extra in-game recognition for you. Firstly, we are making a custom vintage loading screen banner that is different than previous versions so people will know you're an OG. I don't think it is news when I say that I absolutely hate the idea of giving people special things that you can only see on the loading screen. I always hated the idea of selling icons for RP for 5 seconds of fame on the loading screen. And you bet I hate it when Riot calls their legacy loading border something cool. I just want to quickly mention that everyone is either AFK or alt-tabbed during the loading screen anyway, so it doesn't feel satisfying at all, and no one simply cares. Anything extra you slap on the loading screen is worthless. The only thing that people really care about are your rating borders.
Well, what about the actual people who do look on the loading screen? I mean, yeah, it's not a whole lot, but it does its job to indicate that the person had Championship Riven back in Season 2. Which is kind of the point. Even if the people who might be AFK or alt-tab might see it briefly if they want to check the enemy team's summoner spells, keystone masteries, names, and their champion skins. Also, this might be a stretch, but would the loading border also indicate that the player is a veteran and might actually be really good at the game? And some players might actually care about that for that very reason? Just saying.
But hold your horses! Riot decided to give us something special in Game 2, so everyone can instantly tell if you are the original owner or not. Secondly, we are creating a vintage version of our in-game model that features an exclusive crown and a glowing particle on her sword when her ultimate Blade of the Exile is activated. That's not real, is it? This cannot be real. This thing is supposed to make it instantly distinguishable? You take a champion based on movement, dashing and flipping around, and you slap a tiny crown on their head. Wow!
Well, how about the times where Riven's just idle, or just walking for that matter? Sure, it's not that noticeable, but it's still there, and at least it's something. I mean, what else could they have done without hindering or crowding the in-game model of Championship Riven? I know he said that there's also new particle effects, but I'm getting to that in a moment.
But what about those particles? Glowing particles on her sword when her ultimate Blade of the Exile is activated. You realize that her hands glow with particles whenever she uses her abilities because that's what her passive does, right? I know the particles are not working on the PBE right now, but I don't think it will be enough to justify this anyway.
So you outright said the particles weren't working in the PBE, and yet you still say that it isn't good enough despite saying that the particles were not working. The reason why this is a problem is because it feels like you're refusing to show us much of anything about what the particles actually look like. At least show us a side-by-side comparison of both the vintage and regular version of Championship Riven. Actually, I found this image of someone showing a comparison between the two versions, and this was posted before you made this video. Alright, so this might sound like I'm shooting myself in the foot, but please hear me out. I actually looked at the particles he was referring to for Championship Riven in a video that was made after his video. And I do find an issue with it, since it really doesn't change much and I could have understood his complaint here. Keyword could've. The reason why I'm saying this is because he could have at least waited until the particle effects were added into the PvE, so that way he could have validated his argument a lot more. But he didn't. The issue isn't the fact that his argument is wrong, hell, I wouldn't agree with him, but it's how he poorly presented his argument with a lack of knowledge and anything to reference from, besides the side-by-side comparison image I mentioned earlier. At least show us something to back up your argument.
And now for the bonus joke. Riot will give the new Riven without all the bonuses that are mostly worthless anyway to all the original owners for free. Someone tell me this is not real. That's like saying we will give you a free Nokia 3310 as an act of gratitude for buying a Samsung Galaxy.
Heh, joke's on you, I always wanted a Nokia 3310. Seriously, do you have any idea how durable those things are? I could use it as a brick to vanquish my enemies.
But that's not all, the joke goes on. You remember when Riot released the holiday skins, they gave all the original owners legacy borders and they gave them back their Riot points. Few days ago, they said that giving the original owners the crappier version of Riven, together with all the bonuses on the new one, would be enough, so they won't give the original owners any RP at all. What?
And now here's my biggest complaint I have with this whole argument. Unlike with other past skins they brought back, at least they tried to do something different for a change. Sure, the changes that they gave to the vintage version of Championship Riven compared to the regular version isn't a whole lot, but at least it's something, and you gotta give credit that Riot does acknowledge the veteran players who do own the Championship Riven skin. And I have heard the complaints that Riot should at least give free RP back to the players who own Championship Riven, which is a valid point. I mean, if they have done it before in the past with the Halloween skins, and if they did give them borders and such, then yeah, I agree that Riot should have done the same thing for Championship Riven. Even if the changes were cool enough, they should have at least stayed consistent on what they did with other skins in the past. However, this point kind of falls flat on its face because of the next thing he says right afterwards.
Do you realize that Championship Riven is one of the rarest skins in the world? It was being sold for $500 to $1,000. And you give us nothing? Let me be real for a second. The only compensation worth something would be refunding the RP worth of a legendary skin at least.
Necrit, you do realize that it's not just buying the skin, but you're also buying an entire account that has championship ribbon, and they were given away on websites made by people who aren't from Riot, which is against Riot's policy, and it is illegal. Also, saying Riot should give free RP worth a legendary skin at least, just because the other way of getting the skin was by illegal means with absurd prices, is pretty fucking ridiculous. Not counting the fact that the skin was originally priced at 975 RP, and a legendary skin is worth 1820 RP, but even then, you're asking way too much from Riot just because a few self-entitled people were upset over a fucking skin.
Now, here is the reason why I actually care about this so much. The people that bought this championship ribbon back when it was released did so to support League of Legends when it was just a pebble in the video game market. Riot promised this skin to be limited so it would serve as a token of gratitude to those who opened their wallets and decided to support this game at the very beginning.
At the very beginning? Yeah, forget about the players who have been playing League of Legends ever since the beta back in 2009. Season 2 in 2012 is the true beginning of League of Legends. I am being very sarcastic, by the way.
By re-releasing this skin, Riot disrespectfully made a lot of people angry. And let me be clear, no one likes this decision. Read through all the forum posts, all the Reddit posts, no one likes this, and everyone is very mad that Riot is pissing on their own promises.
No one. No one, you say.
No one, you say.
Yeah, completely ignored the fact that you said this earlier in the video.
I understand that those who weren't able to get that skin are happy that Riot is bringing her back.
And now you're saying that no one is happy with Riot's decision? Seriously, please stop shooting yourself in the foot, that's not good for your physical health. Also, to actually argue against this point, it legit took me a few good minutes to find a few forum posts of people wanting Championship Ribbon to come back, as early as 2013 to more recently 2016. So saying no one likes this decision is pretty one-sided, and it contradicts what he said earlier in the video. Please, be more consistent on what you're saying!
Even the people that don't have that skin hate it too, but they close their eyes anyway because they are happy that Riot is releasing content for them.
Dude, are you being for real right now? How can someone hate something but also be happy about it at the same time? That doesn't even make a lick of sense. Honestly, this is blatant bias here, because what you're basically saying that no matter what, in some shape or form, everyone hates Riot's decision for bringing back Championship Ribbon. Even though that's incredibly one-sided and is far from the truth. I know you probably didn't mean it the way you said it, but that's also another problem with this video, but I'm gonna say that for my final thoughts.
What is even more insulting is that Riot mentioned a petition in the original post. This petition said, I started playing midway through Season 3, so there was no way that I could celebrate the Season 2 World Championship skin. And the fact that Riot re-released Championship Thresh, which was the Season 3 World Championship skin, I don't see why they can't just re-release Championship Ribbon. But this petition totally missed the point of this skin being only for those who were there with the game's beginning. And it was only because all of those people that League of Legends still exists.
What, for some sort of self-entitlement? Also, it's okay for them to bring back Championship Thresh, but not Championship Ribbon, just because they were there at the, quote, beginning? Yeah, you could say the same thing about the beta players back in 2009 who received the King Rammus skin. Or how about the players who worked their asses off by playing ranked to get the Victoria skins in Season 1 and 2? Do you see the problem here? You're making Championship Ribbon out as the skin specifically made for players who've been playing the game, as you said word for word at the very beginning, even though the skin was made for Esports World Championships in 2012 for League of Legends Season 2. Hell, the whole championship themed skins are meant for the esports scene. This wouldn't be so much of a problem if you actually showed sources of Riot saying all of this, but you don't. I also find it baffling that you keep saying that no one likes this and understand why people are angry, yet you haven't showed a single thing of people saying this. What about those forum posts, those Reddit posts? Actually show us something to back up your argument.
Not to mention that petitions asking for things like skins and champions have no value. We may as well make a petition asking Riot to send every player free candy. People would sign that anyway.
Oh yeah, I'll sign that. It's free fucking candy. Oh, wouldn't I love free candy? I hope they have Skittles.
Exclusivity is a great thing in video games because it makes people come back and look at all the things they have that others don't. Because they were there when others weren't. They spent their own time on that game when others played other games. What's worst is that you can't just make one skin not limited anymore when you still have other limited skins. Isn't that unfair that the original owners of Championship Riven lost all their exclusivity while the PAX skins owners get to keep it?
Exclusivity? Riot gave the original owners the vintage version of Championship Riven. I know it's not a whole lot, but at least Riot have done something to compensate. You can't just say you don't have exclusivity, even though Riot gave exclusivity to the original owners. Maybe it is unsatisfying. And if I was in the position of an original owner of Championship Riven, I would be somewhat disappointed. But I don't think I would make such a big deal out of it because it really isn't a big deal. Riot has the freedom to bring back whatever they want, regardless of how upset people might get, but at least Riot acknowledges those original owners, and you can't say they don't.
What's the difference there? You may as well just spin the wheel of skins and randomly pick the next exclusive skin you want to destroy. And don't worry, I know that Riot signed a contract with PAX so that these skins would be limited, but there is no way that this is a problem for a multi-million-dollar company.
How? Just because a few self-entitled... Okay, I think you guys get my point.
This one. A lot of players lost their trust in Riot because they keep ignoring their promises to make money. And you know, I always talk about all the other things these features bring into the game. But this time I can't see any other reason to release this skin other than for money. And this makes me really sad.
Well, no shit. Money is really important for Riot to keep running. So maybe that's one of the many reasons why they brought back Championship Riven. Remember when he said way earlier in the video that they're bringing back the skin for, quote, no reason? Yeah, this is what I meant about that statement biting him in the ass, as he practically gave a possible reason why Riot brought back Championship Riven. The other reasons might be because people were asking Championship Riven to come back, and maybe even for 2016's World Championships, as he said that Championship Z is the last skin for the championship team, and maybe they wanted to bring back that skin as a sort of comeback or celebration. So again, and I'm sorry for sounding like a broken record, but please be somewhat consistent on what you're saying!
But I think I'm done for now. I am expecting a lot of hate and agreements coming from both sides. So don't be shy and let's discuss this in the comments.
Or I can make a commentary on this. Oh wait, I'm already doing that. Does this sort of count as a discussion? Well, it's more so me criticizing this video, but that's not really meant for hate. Wait a minute, what am I talking about again? Alright, the video. Well, honestly, there isn't anything else I could say right afterwards, because it's just him rambling about his video and his social media stuff. So I'm just gonna go to my juicy final thoughts. Necrit, I like you, but you're honestly better than this. Before anyone says anything, let me be clear. I know that this is his opinion, and he has every right to have that opinion. Because I do have friends who also have the same opinion about the whole Championship Riven thing. And all the reasons I have heard of why people don't like this is actually somewhat justified. Although, I just disagree with that opinion, as I don't see much of an issue with it, and I'm actually glad Riot brought back Championship Riven. But hey, that's fine. Agree to disagree, right? However, the problem with this video isn't the opinion itself, but the way he presented his opinion and how he poorly handled this video. It's one thing to say your opinion, and the other presenting said opinion with arguments trying to back it up. Throughout this video, you've managed to contradict yourself multiple times, and it only comes up as you being biased. That might not be your intent, but that's also another problem with this video, is that the way that you worded yourself was very poor and somewhat misleading. I get that this is a rant, but it's obvious you did this out of emotion, and sometimes that's not always a good thing. Not saying you can't do an emotional-based rant, but at least have some good sources to support your arguments, like what I mentioned about the particle effects and waiting a bit longer for them to be added to the PvE. My advice would be to improve your presentation overall and have some sort of weight behind your arguments. And please do show other people's complaints about Championship Riven other than from yourself. Because what I mentioned earlier throughout this video, you said that a lot of people are not happy about this, but you haven't showed any of those complaints you keep mentioning. It's really important to show what you're saying, otherwise I ain't gonna take what you said at face value if you show me nothing. I ain't saying those complaints don't exist, but if you're gonna do a rant, have something to support your argument. And this also goes towards anyone else who are thinking of doing something similar, not just Necrit. Anyways, that's all I have to really say on the matter. I could say more, but that'll just be repeating myself, and I think I made myself clear enough. Anyways, if you have any feedback or criticism, please do say so in the comments, or even make a commentary video if you so choose. Anyways, this has been Sky, and I do hope to see you guys some other time. And as always, please do take care.
Its interesting origin, its awesome design, and especially its mega evolution. It's got freaking wings on it, man.
Looks pretty emo and edgy to me.